Invitamos a
So now we'd like to call on Rodrigo Rosa.
to Mayor Eduardo Acosta, Rio de Janeiro. Bienvenido.
Monsters, mayors, esteemed guests, Your Holiness that will be with us in a few moments. First of all, I'd like to apologize in the name of Mayor of Rio de Janeiro, Eduardo Paes, for not being here today. He was eager and had everything planned to come, but Brazil is going to an unpredictable, Brazilian mayors that are here can say that, and difficult time, and he had in Rio and could not be here. And I'm not talking about the Olympics and the preparation. So. But he asked me to share a few words on his behalf. Thank you, Monsignor Sanchez and Your Holiness, for bringing all this local leadership to the house of God. We have come to the sacred place because we share a common belief, a belief in cities. For the first time in history, a majority of the world's population lives in cities. Billions of people have chosen cities as the place to settle, raise their children, and pursue their dreams. As many of you know, Rio is honored to chair the C40 Climate Leadership Group, a network of global cities acting to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and ensure a better future for humanity. The 75 members of C40 are home to over 500 million people and produce a quarter of the planet's wealth. But despite our size and strength, we are vulnerable and dependent. C40 cities, like all communities, rely on water, energy, and natural resources from Mother Earth. Cities are a common home, and we must work together to make them safe, fair, and sustainable. As leaders of our communities, we believe in cities as a force of good. By embracing their potential, we can address many of today's most urgent challenges, including threats like climate change and modern slavery. We strive to solve problems on the ground, work with communities and individuals, and listen to them carefully. The mayor's role, in some ways, is similar to the mission of the church. They offer aid and comfort to people. This visit is an opportunity to humbly follow Your Holiness' example. Cities are a common home, but yet far from being perfect. Often, they can be sites of violence, selfishness, and social injustice. In our blindness, we have created unsafe, unhappy, and unequal communities. Laudato Si describes scenes of urban chaos, places lacking a connection to nature and God. Fundamental rights, such as the right to security and freedom, have been denied to the poor and the disadvantaged. Oblivious to Mother Earth, we ignored what God has given to us. We have grown deaf to the message of Saint Francis, who once reminded us to care for others as our first priority. Our modern world and societies have become obsessed with growth. This has not produced lasting wellness and social harmony. On the contrary, by focusing solely on expansion, we have poisoned the natural environment and divided our communities. In short, we have sinned. Our mistakes have been aggravated by the effects of climate change. This is a global problem. Everyone in this room can cite the way in which climate change has endangered their communities. South America, our home, has suffered particular hardship. Our own country, Brazil, and I see Mayor Haddad from São Paulo, Mayor Neto from Salvador, faces one of the most devastating in its history. Despite being blessed with the world's largest freshwater resources, many cities are suffering from water shortages. The vulnerable ones are the most affected by climate change. While having done the least to cause the problem, they are its major victims. Environmental degradation produces inequality and poverty. It worsens forms of modern slavery, like human trafficking, prostitution, and abject types of human exploitation. It's our moral responsibility to stop that shame. Brazil has made greater effort to support its underprivileged citizens. Various programs have registered while increased protection to the environment. In Rio, during the preparation for the Olympic Games, we have been able to reduce the social divide by promoting integration of all people. Effective policies have made us more equal and resilient, but we must do more. We need to go further. Solidarity and social justice borders. We should be guided by moral and ethical values and not, as Your Holiness has written, a throwaway culture. Cities are choked with air pollution and waste. Our progress has been undermined by consumerism. We have reduced our relationship with nature to questions of supply and demand. We must recognize the error of our ways and find points of common ground. There should be no contradiction between development and environmental conservation, no opposition between urbanization and the preservation of the natural habitat. We must create cities where we can pursue our dreams without threatening the planet. With hope in these values, we propose a partnership between the C40 and the Vatican to promote equitable urban development and reduce carbon emissions. City diplomacy is key to furthering social justice and sustainable development. Collaborations is essential. Cities, regional, and national governments should support each other. Public policies must approach challenges on a local level, providing the momentum and creativity to induce positive and lasting transformations. We will be successful also by drawing support from academia, religious, and spiritual leaders and civil society. C40 has been working with Professor Jeffrey Sachs to call greater attention to urban challenges in the United Nations. The Urban Sustainable Development Goal will help to make cities and human settlements more inclusive, safe, and resilient. Many of the mayors here present have joined the Compact of Mayors, the largest global effort to mitigate greenhouse gases in cities. By engaging in the compact, cities pledge to cut emissions and increase urban resilience. On behalf of Mayor Pais, I invite all local leaders to sign up for this initiative. Cities are ready to work and collaborate with our nations at the multilateral level. We have great hopes in December, Mayor Hidalgo, in the climate negotiations in Paris. There's no time to wait. Rio is working with other cities in Brazil to reach out to the federal government to build a consistent proposal for addressing at COP21. Cities must not only be listened, but list of transformation. They can reduce 8 gigatons of carbon emissions by 2050, equivalent to more than half of the coal burned today, according to C40 and Bloomberg Philanthropies research. Mayors are taking action, and they need support to do more. Cities need adequate instruments to promote low-carbon urban development and increase resilience. Resources have difficulty today to reach out to the local level. Among the hundreds of today's climate funds, almost none is dedicated to supporting low-carbon action in cities. Bureaucracy and legislation prevent the access to funding. C40 has been working with banks and financial agents to bring forward proposals on that matter. This is not only a question of economics, but above all, of morality. Believers or not, we have all a duty to care for the national environment. Sustainable cities, reducing emissions, and ending modern slavery are defining moral questions of our time. By working to build better cities, we can address these issues and honor our common home. Again, with humility, Mayor Pais and the City of Rio offer our help. Thank you all, the mayors and your holiness, for your guidance. May God bless us.